Hi, greetings to all. Welcome back to online classes. It's me, Gayatri. Today we are going to study the Mesopotamian civilization. In the last class, we learned a lot of things about ancient civilizations, particularly Egyptian civilization, pharaohs, society, art, architecture, agriculture, science, writing system, and mummification. Okay. And today's class, we are going to study about the Mesopotamian civilization. Okay. Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamia is the region of Iraq and Kuwait in West Asia. Okay, Iraq and Kuwait in West Asia. From 3rd millennium BC. Okay, 3rd millennium BC. Several kingdoms emerged, started. In Mesopotamia, totally 4 civilizations flourished. 4 types of civilizations flourished. First one, Sumerian civilization. Second one, Akkadian civilization. Third one, Babylonian civilization. And the fourth one is Assyrian civilization. Okay. First one, Sumerian civilization. Second one, Akkadian civilization, Babylonian civilization, and the Assyrian civilization. In the Greek language, Meso means in between. Meso means in between. Potamus means river. Potamus means river. So from this we can understand that the region in between two rivers is called as Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. Here two rivers are flowing. First one, river Euphrates. Second one, river Tigris. Okay. First one, river Euphrates. Second one, river Tigris. These rivers are draining into Persian Gulf. Okay. These rivers are draining into Persian Gulf. And the region in between these two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris, is called Mesopotamia. Okay. The region between these two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris, is called Mesopotamia. The northern part of Mesopotamia is Assyria. Northern part of Mesopotamia is Assyria, and the southern part of Mesopotamia is Babylonia. Okay, so northern part Assyria, southern part Babylonia. Next we will see Sumerian civilization. This Sumerian civilization is the oldest civilization in Mesopotamia. Okay, oldest civilization in Mesopotamia, that is Sumerian civilization. Sumerians were the contemporaries. Understand? Sumerians were the contemporaries of this Indus Valley civilization and Egyptian civilization. Indus Valley civilization and Egyptian civilization. These civilizations had trade relations also. These civilizations had trade relations also. Around 5000 to 4000 BC, 5000 to 4000 BC, the Sumerians settled in the lower Tigris Valley. Sumerians settled in lower Tigris Valley. It is considered that these Sumerians came from Central Asia. Okay, they came from where? Central Asia, and they founded here means created. Founded means what? Created many cities. They created many cities. Among them, one important and famous place was there. That is known as Nippur. 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 It is one of the important cities. One of the important cities. They developed the writing system also. That is known as a cuneiform. Sumerians writing system was known as a cuneiform. You know the spelling cuneiform, Cuneiform, cuneiform. In the beginning, the kings acted as a chief priest. Beginning itself, kings acted as the chief priest, and their political domination came to an end by 2450 BC. Okay, so the political domination of the Sumerians came to an end by 2450 BC. Next, accordions. This is the second civilization, accordions. From 2450 to 2250 BC, the accordions dominated Sumeria. So, 2450 to 2250 BC, accordions dominated Sumeria. Akkad was the place, the people, those who settled in that area is called by the name Akkadians. Okay, one of the famous king of this Akkadian civilization was Sargon. Sargon and his descendants means followers, ruled Mesopotamia for more than 100 years. Okay, more than 100 years, Sargon and his followers ruled Mesopotamia. The documents of Sargon of Akkad said that the ships from three places. One place is Meluha, 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 double H. Next one is Magan, Magan, Magan. And the third one is Dilmun, Dilmun. From these three places, ships came and all the ships stayed in the forts of Akkad. Later, the city of Akkad became city of Babylon. Okay, city of Akkad became city of Babylon. Next, Babylonians. The Semitic people means Jewish people called Amorites. The Semitic people, they were the Jewish people, they were called Amorites. They came from Arabian desert. And they settled in Mesopotamia. They were called by the name Babylonians. Okay, so Semitic people, that is the Jewish people, they were called Amorites, and they came from Arabian desert. They settled in Mesopotamia. They were known as the Babylonians. They established a kingdom and made Babylon as their capital. Babylon was their capital. The famous king was Hammurabi. He was the sixth king of Babylon. Hammurabi was the sixth king of Babylon. He was a famous and great lawmaker. Hammurabi's code of law, it is a familiar one. During his time, the domination was up to western part of Mesopotamia. That means after western part of Mesopotamia, this is Hammurabi ruled. Okay, next Assyrian civilization. Assyrians around 1000 BCE, before Common Era, Assyrian Empire became politically active in Mesopotamia. Can see the map, it is painted in green color. Okay, painted in green color. The chief god of Assyria was Ashur. 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 Okay, the Assyrian kings worshipped the god Ashur. Okay, Assyrian kings worshipped Ashur god. The Assyrian government was controlled by the emperor. Assyrian government was controlled by the emperor. The provinces were administered by provincial governors. The provincial governors were appointed by the emperor. Okay, so provinces were administered by the provincial governors. These provincial governors were appointed by the emperor. The capital city of Assyria was Assur. Assur. Don't confuse with Assur and Ashur. Okay, Assur. Assur was the capital city of Assyria. Ashur-banipal was the popular ruler of the new Assyrian Empire. For the new Assyrian Empire, one familiar king was there. His name was Ashur-banipal. 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 He maintained a famous library. The library had cuneiform records. Okay, cuneiform records were there. The Assyrians worshipped god Lamassu. Lamassu was the god of protection. God Lamassu was called as bull man because its body was bull in shape and the head was human government's head. Okay. Next we will say society, state and administration. Society, state and also administration. Sumerian civilization had many city-states. A typical Sumerian city was surrounded by cultivable lands. From this we can understand that agriculture also there. Agriculture was also there. In the center of the cities, temples were there. And the temples were called as ziggurats. Temples were called as a ziggurat. Ziggurat is ziggurats. Ziggurat means temples. The temples were controlled by the priests. Temples were controlled by the priests. And priests, scribes and nobles were the part of government. Totally three sets of people. Priests were there, scribes were there and nobles were there. These three sets of people were the part of the government. Okay, part of the government. Rulers and the priests were in the top level. The scribes, merchants and artisans were in the next level. Okay. The scribes looks at the account of taxes. Okay. Account of taxes were looked after by the scribes. Okay. The priests collected the taxes. Who collected the taxes? The priests collected the taxes. The taxed commodities were kept safely in the temples. Okay. Taxed commodities were kept safely in the temples. From this we can understand that temples were the storehouses. Temples were acting as storehouses. Okay. Assemblies were created for the administration of the state. Okay. Assemblies were created for the administration of the states. Kings and higher class people were the owners of the cultivable lands. Kings and higher class people were considered as the owners of the cultivable lands. All people were not allowed to live in the cities. So, all people were not allowed to live in the cities. Next, food and agriculture. Food and agriculture. We know very well agriculture was the main occupation of different civilizations. Like that here Mesopotamian people also followed agriculture and agriculture was considered as the main occupation of the people of Mesopotamia also. They had developed an irrigation system to improve agriculture. Okay, irrigation system is a must for the improvement of agriculture. So they had developed irrigation system, isn't it? And they cultivated wheat, barley, onions, turnips. Okay, and medicinal vegetables. Fruits also there, grapes, apple, dates. Okay, grapes, apple and dates also. They domesticated animals, cattle, sheep, goats. Okay, cattle, sheep and goats. Now, like we people, fish was the important food of that people. That is the Mesopotamian people ate fish also. That is considered their important food. Next, trade and the exchange. What is there? Trade and the exchange. Trade was the important economic activity. Okay, important economic activity was trade only. Traders helped in the exchange of goods from potters and artisans. Potters means making pot makers, okay, and artisans. They made a trade relationship with Syria and Asia Minor in the west. Only two, Syria and Asia Minor in the west, and Iran in the east. And Iran in the east. You can refer the map, you can find out that places very clearly. For the purpose of trade, they traveled in ships. Okay, they used ships also to move from one place to another place for the purpose of trade. And the temple acted as banks. Okay, temples were there, and that temples were considered and that were acting as banks. Okay. Next, cities and town planning. What is there? Cities and town planning. In the Mesopotamian cities, houses were constructed with mud or baked bricks. Here nowadays also we are constructing our houses with baked bricks. No? The houses had gates also. Today also each and every houses had gates. That system the people followed in those days. Okay. Next, the ziggurats. Ziggurats means temples, they are constructed at the center of the city. Okay. Ziggurats are like pyramids with staircases. Understand? With staircases. With the help of the staircases, they can go to the top of the ziggurats. They can go to the top of the ziggurats. And around the temple, complexes of ceremonial courtyards were present. Shrines were there, burial chambers were there, workshops were there, granaries, storehouses, and administrative buildings were also there. Okay. Regarding religion, Sumerians followed polytheism. Sumerians followed polytheism. Polytheism means worship of many gods. Okay. They worshipped many gods and goddesses also. Many gods and goddesses also. Enlil, Enlil, Enlil was the god of sky and winds. Okay. Enlil was the god of sky and winds. From this we know that they worshipped nature also. Sky. Okay. Wind. So from this what we can understand? That is the people worshipped nature also. The temple of god Enlil was located in Nippur. Okay, in Nippur we can see god Enlil's temple. And next one is Ninlil. Ninlil. Ninlil was the goddess of food grains. Okay, was the goddess of food grains. The Babylonians worshipped another one god, and its name is Marduk. Marduk. Babylonians worshipped Marduk also. Ashur was the supreme god of the Assyrians. Ashur. Ashur was the supreme god of Assyrians. Now next one is Ishtar. Ishtar. Ishtar was the goddess of love and fertility. Okay, goddess of love and fertility. Ishtar. Ishtar. Next god Tiamat. Tiamat. Tiamat was the god of sea and chaos. Chaos means chaos, confusion, that is problems. Okay, now the kings were considered as the representatives of God on earth. Kings were considered as the representatives of God on earth. The Mesopotamians developed myths and legends. Myths, M-Y-T-H-S. Legends, L-E-G-E-N-D-S. Myths and also legends. The most famous one was Epic of Gilgamesh. Okay, Epic of Gilgamesh. It contains the legend of flood about the formation of the world that is explained in Hindu Puranas, and Noah's Ark. Okay, Noah's Ark that is mentioned in the Bible. That is mentioned in the Bible. Next, Hammurabi's Code of Law or Hammurabi's Law Code. Okay, Hammurabi's Code is an important legal document. It was considered as a legal document. It has the laws related to various crimes. Laws related to various crimes. It has 282 provisions. Provisions means divisions. Specifying the cases related to family rights, trade, slavery, taxes and wages. Understand? Family rights, trade, slavery, taxes and wages. Hammurabi received this code from sun god. Okay, Hammurabi received this code from sun god, and the name of that sun god Shamash. Shamash was the sun god. See the spelling? S-H-A-M-A-S-H. Shamash. Like that it was carved on a stone. Okay, it was carved on a stone. A special form of justice was used in Hammurabi's code of law. One special form is also there. That is an eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. And a tooth for a tooth. Okay, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This is a special form of justice. Cuneiform is the Sumerian writing system that we know, and the shape of the letter is in the form of a wedge. W-E-D-G-E, wedge shaped letters. So it is known as what? Cuneiform. It is one of the earliest scripts in the world. Earliest scripts of the world. They used this script for commercial transactions, writing letters and stories. For commercial transactions, writing letters and also stories. We will see art. Regarding art, this Mesopotamian art included sculptures in stone and clay. Okay, sculptures in stone and clay. We can see Mesopotamian paintings and sculptures nowadays also. Nowadays also we can see the Mesopotamian paintings as well as sculptures. They portrayed animals such as goats, bulls and lions. Goats, bulls and also lions. Some figures like lions and bulls with a human head. Okay, lions and bulls with a human head also found. Regarding science, Mesopotamians were excellent in mathematics, astronomy. Astronomy means the study of sky and medicine. Okay, they developed the concept of multiplication, division and cubic equation. Okay, multiplication, division and cubic equation also. And the numerical system based on 60. Numerical system based on 60 was formed by the, okay, the numerical system based on 60 was formed by the people of Mesopotamia. With the help of that, we got 60 minutes hour. 60 minutes hour, that means what? For 1 hour, 60 minutes. 24-hour day and 360-degree circle. Okay, that is a 60 minutes hour, 24-hour day and 360-degree circle. The Sumerian calendar had 7 days in a week. Sumerian calendar had 7 days in a week. Their numerical system had place value also. Their numerical system had place value also. They created the water clock, lunar calendar based on the movement of the moon. Okay, on the basis of the movement of the moon, they created water clock and a lunar calendar also. They developed the methods for measuring areas and weight and measurement systems. Weight and also measurement systems. They introduced 12-month calendar system. 12-month calendar system based on lunar months. Lunar means what? Moon, based on lunar months. They had developed a medical system also. Understand? Medicinal system also developed by that people. In the 11th century, they created a text called Diagnostic Handbook. What's the name of that? Diagnostic Handbook. This text explains the symptoms of diseases and medicines. What's the name of that text? Diagnostic Handbook. And what's the use of that? It explains the symptoms of diseases and medicines also. The last but not least is contribution of Mesopotamian civilization. Contribution of Mesopotamian civilization. The invention of potter's wheel is credited to Sumerians. So from this we can understand that Sumerians invented potter's wheel. Okay, next. They developed a calendar system of 360 days. Calendar system of 360 days and divided a circle into 360 units. 360 units. They introduced a cuneiform system of writing. Cuneiform system of writing. Hammurabi's code of law was the legacy of Mesopotamians. Okay, it is the important legacy, very famous legacy of Mesopotamians. That is Hammurabi's code of law. Okay, children, with this I finished this session. I hope you studied very nicely and prepared the one-word answers. For today's class also you should prepare very nicely, and I will meet you in the next session with the Chinese civilization and Indus Valley civilization. Take care.